Welcome, guys. This is for Techie Talk program from KROSUM Labs. Myself, Palani Karthikeyan, technical consultant from KROSUM Labs. So today, uh, like, uh, yeah, our guest, Mr. Prasad Rajendra Setty. So, is an entrepreneur, leader. So today is we have communication like talk with Mr. Prasad. So, have any query related to take it talk things like related to your career or project, any doubts we can like I can chat with him. So before going to start the meeting, I'll introduce Mr. Prasad. Prasad is a was application developer. Right now, currently is working as a consultant, entrepreneur, leader. Is working in various roles. He's a technology partner in Microsoft and is associate with various NGO and government sector projects. He's a motivator. So he's the best person for today discussion things. So guys, you can utilize Prasad's valuable time and utilize Prasad's knowledge. He will help you for all kind of startup kind of task and startup things and how to start the project and how to get the funds from the startup association. There are various project things. Yes, most of experience in application development and ERP development. So personally, I have some experience with ERP product with Mr. Prasad. He is a very good and technical and talent guy, and he's contributed many technology source in corporate, particularly for in digital things and Microsoft products. So welcome, Prasad. So welcome from some labs. So can connect.
Thank you so much, Mr. Karthikeyan. It's been a pleasure talking to you after a long time. It's been years, I guess, that we had worked together. And
Yes.
after a long time, here we are. Yes.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. So this is for our bridge course people. People are from engineering and various domain specific people. They are good in programming and all other kind of technical stuff. The engineering students. So the main concern is apart from the job and these things, from their technical skill set, from their how to start with their career. So we need some kind of guidance from your end, like probably for the startup kind of things.
Yes. So when we talk about Indian educational system, we have so many engineers today. They're qualified, so good. The most important thing I can advise for everyone is improving their skill sets. So improving their skill sets is again one of the most challenging part today. Focusing on what they are very interested more. That can be a technology, that can be like a skill set of marketing using a technology, or it can be like making your technology habit as a product. It can be of so many things, but it is how they select their choices. But I prefer getting a degree doesn't make you to get a job today, but improving your skills makes to get you hundreds of jobs today. And today it's like the world, you no need to go for an interview because I've come across so many freelancers working for us, and we are searching for those kind of freelancers and interviewing them and getting them.
Okay, great.
So internet has opened so much.
Okay. So as a student, I can say I'm student. I'm no programming or development, whatever the skill set things. Okay. So how to start my startup project? In which domain I have to choose? Like it's any web based, it is suggestible, or if nowadays it's machine learning, AI, there's like various kind of things. So I know only that my college curriculum
So
or whatever that skill set I learned. So from this, I have to extend my skill set.
basically, to tell to improve your skill set, I can preferably classify into different types. One is people are good in technology, they go for coding. People are good
Okay.
in designing, they go for designing. Again, when you just choose for technology, you have various types of technologies from C to C++ to C Sharp and ASP.NET, Java, J2W. There are ample of technologies, Python, so many. And again, when you come for designing, there is again so much like UI designing, framing you are designing, like a graphic designer, like animator. So many things are available. The basically what I like to say for every student is they have to particularize themselves what they are happy doing. It's not like they need to work hard. What I prefer is what they're so happy of doing it. So I'm
Mhm.
just happy doing marketing. Then how I can
Okay.
use my technology for doing the marketing, or I can say that I'm good in designing. I love doing designing. How can I go for getting my projects in designing? What designing I need to focus? Should be like a graphic designer, or should be like a UI designer, or how can I make the best of it? So this is
Okay.
how we can classify. And to contribute it, again, there are so many ways. It should be from day one, they can preferably go for so many things.
Okay. 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 So, any domain specific kind of stuff things people should know, like only language or only technical thing. Like say example, like in our discussion, like earlier we was worked with ERP kind of engineering systems. So for those times, like me,
Yes,
I know only for coding, like only for programming. It's difficult to understand that business needs. Like this, if any training is
absolutely.
extra training is required to improve that business skill to as a if you start as a startup.
Uh, I can tell one simple thing.
Okay.
I'm just assume that a student and a student is just wanting to improve his skills, and
Okay.
he wanted to come back as a strong person in one particular domain. Then I can only tell him what is the best thing is like there are hundreds of open source or there are hundreds of blogging systems available in the internet today.
Okay.
So if you specifically in Python, let me take a Python as an example. So
Okay.
I'm just wanting to learn a Python. From day one, if I start contributing in open source Python blogging sites like GitHub, there are
Mhm.
GitHub, there are so many open sources, respiratory systems available. In those particulars, if we start updating their knowledge and if they start working on open source projects, what happens is their contribution will be already added over there. That is one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
other
Okay.
way, when they're contributing it, there are hundreds of people who will be commenting on that particulars. Hey, you have done
Mhm.
this mistake. You please correct it out. Hey, this is a new version of update. You should program in this pattern. So this
Okay.
actually, the comments, the reviews, and new methodologies of skeletoning the system program will always help them to upgrade. And their contributions can make a lot of industries to search them. Example, there are
Okay.
hundreds of projects like a lot of startups are wanting to do. They need resource. And
Okay.
today, resource is a huge cost. So a lot of startups look for like cost cutting for a resource. Basically,
Mhm.
what they do is they actually go into open source technologies. They hire the person who has contributed. So this way, the person can also get a job. And this
Okay.
way, it's not just a job. He can be becoming. He can become one of a techie person in the startup. He can be one of the person who can
Okay.
lead that startup.
Yeah. Great.
So there are so many ways for doing this,
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you.
and this is one among it.
Yeah. Great.
So comments can help you to upgrade, and contribution can help you to improve your skills, and those contribution can make you to reach millions.
Yeah. Great. It's really.
So his resume need to speak with contribution is what I say today. If you because open source are welcoming so many, and
Yeah.
your contribution can change anything. We don't know.
Correct. So, like I have the idea, like as per your suggestion things, I have idea to contribute something. Like if getting the funds from the projects and getting the more like a mentor club or any kind of resources available. Because I'm student, I'm from college background, I come from college, passed out from college. So if going to
Yes.
enter to the business platform, it is new to me. So I have the idea and I have that knowledge. This all this both I have to integrate. If any mentor club or any kind of resource club or funds kind of things, it is available. So how to approach that kind of things?
basically, the most important thing today, what is happening is if I have an idea, I can get a fund. This is not a way for any startup to go and get it. What I can suggest those particular people is, like, if you have an idea, just work with a pilot way of working, like doing a small progress of project of that particular thing and a prototype, designing a prototype with a pilot project, then
Okay.
making sure like this is what we are particularly solving the problems.
Okay.
Means with just the pilot project, they can have this particular things. And
Mhm.
with the government to say like there is two things like central government funding is also available, state government funding is available in every state of India. Like
Okay.
we
Okay.
say that Startup India is for the central government is giving you a lot many attention. Like if you have this technology in healthcare, if you have technology in e-commerce, so many things they are welcoming. Same in Karnataka, we have
Okay.
Startup Karnataka. In Tamil Nadu, we have Startup Tamil Nadu. Register over
Oh,
there
great.
when you're starting a new company and start
Okay.
providing your data over there. Participate all the projects they are giving. There are so many
Mhm.
grants available from the government. You may be a lucky
Okay.
person to get that grants to develop the next level of your project. And
Oh,
at the
great.
same time, uh, when you are making your startup, there are so many startup funders are available. Like to say, like angel investors and venture
Okay.
capitalists. These are for the big people. Like to say, big people in the term when your project valuations are growing big, then they come down for
Okay.
your investments. But for investments, what I can say that to get start, make sure your pilot project gets succeeded.
Mhm.
So basically, you have to start to get funds from yourself, your relatives, your friends. This could be a starting point. Then
Okay.
slowly, when you're getting increased with the number of users,
Okay.
make sure you're going and signing up to other companies so they can
Okay.
also get you grants. Not just government. There are so many companies are also welcoming startups for investments.
Okay. Great. Great.
With all this part, there are a lot of associations available.
Mhm.
Even in Facebook groups, there are a lot of online meetings happening. There are offline meetings happening where they
Okay.
can meet up with a lot of startup other groups. So every day there are a lot of meetings happening in meetup.com, meetup.org, I guess. So in
Okay.
that
Okay.
website, you will get a connects of lot of groups. What is happening in your city?
Mhm.
So connect over there. You can get increase of your circle, and you can also get connects of other investors over there. So there are so many ways for that particular. So how can I get prepared for this particular? There are programs like Shark Tank is one of a very good program I can suggest for every startup. So in that particular program, if you focus to understand what they exactly look means of the investment part, security part,
Mhm.
do they keep the privacy part?
Mhm.
So this is what the people are looking around for your
Okay.
products. So
Okay.
the product has got security, privacy, everything. So those questions can be more good for them to understand what
Okay.
the investors are looking at.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So let's ask some few questions from. Guys, if you have any query, please you can post your query from the chat message. Prasad will help you to your query. If you have any doubts related to your career guidance project things, you can post your query on the chat message. So Prasad, can you see that comment? Since Anand, he's mentioned some. So he said like I'm
Yeah.
partially good at yeah. You please go ahead.
So he's saying that I'm partially good in theory, writing a code, and getting practical knowledge of the code, and how to use and manipulate a code in a project. Which domain will be suitable for me, sir? Like it's a very good question. What I can say him is like, what you're happy with. Like, are you good with the PHP or are you good with C++, C sharp, or machine language, whatever? What makes you happy of coding? Happy coding. Choose that particular. And the most important, like every college student. will have a complete knowledge of theory. No doubt on that. 100 they will have a knowledge of it. Coding part, they are very good in understanding the syntax, but that will not make them to get the best. But what I can say you is start contributing on open sources websites like GitHub and other sites. Then automatically what happens is there are so many people will correct your code. There are so many people will guide you saying what is wrong, what is right. There are so many people will say you where is the memory leak, where the flush has to happen of your code. Everything they will correct you. So today the world is welcoming so many people to encourage for their own code because they want their open source projects to work well. So that way they can learn so many. Practical knowledge is good, but improving your practical knowledge makes more sense. So for that, start contributing from day one, so that you will have an idea how to do this and how to get this. Because coding should also make easy for other person when he leaves the when he leaves the job or when he shares his code to others. That person also need to know how it has to be documented, how it has to be structured, what exact syntax has to be used, the purpose of using a syntax. Because we all know as a theory to use this particular DLL or to use this particular class or use this particular function, we all know how it works. But exactly what happens is how clean we are coding it and how we can use this. So this particular thing, when you start contributing, you'll start that. And I hope that you start loving it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anand, are you clear with what Prasad says? So I have to start with contribute means whatever the code you are practicing and you have to update on the GitHub. Like that's why I used to suggest many of my students, like if you write any exercise task, like not for even for college students, even corporate also, if you start to practicing, you practice and submit on that GitHub. So GitHub is a open platform, and that will make you to reference or in future any kind of this things. Really confidence level, and the people, if someone is interview
So
you, the URL will show you how much your contributions and skill
so
set level.
I will tell one good thing. I would like to share one good part. So
Hmm.
we were wanting to hire one of a programmer for one of our projects.
Hmm.
So it was related to a streaming, live streaming project, one of our clients' project. To find a resource person is again a very difficult process, and we never know he was a very fresher and he never worked in any company. But we
Oh,
found in GitHub because he was contributing so much of code,
oh,
and we
great.
hired him. Like to say no, I can't say we hired him. He hired us for this project. So I can say in this way. So the contribution not only helps your knowledge, contribution adds value for your works. So, no, like a lot of freshers are finding difficult to find a job. So what happens is when they're contributing so much, their profile becomes stronger and stronger. And tomorrow, instead of giving a resume, the links what they have contributed. So this can
Hmm.
welcome. This can actually welcome a lot of companies. So
Oh,
this is what companies is also looking at. So one
oh,
of the question I see a fresher as a fresher, can I have an idea of startup in a pandemic situation? What is your suggestion? So Mr. Govindaswamy, I can say you
yeah.
that idea like we Indians, in simple to say, in a minute we have 30 ideas. We can think about 30 ideas in a minute. But choosing what it is the most important thing. So when you have some idea, make sure what are the drawbacks of that particular. Like I can say, I have an idea, and I need to see the most important thing. Does the idea already exist in a market? Number one. So number two, if it is existing, what are these people are contributing? Does the problems are getting solved with this particular idea? Number three, when these problems are getting solved, what is missing? Number four, why these people have not done this particular missing part? Understanding this thing, what happens? You can actually come with an idea. So in this pandemic situation, to have a startup is again a difficult part for everybody. But what I can say you is If you find this idea is missing, make a framework of this particular idea and start approaching a company or start giving it as an open source. The reason is when a lot of people started to take this, automatically what happens? People start contributing you, donating you, or maybe they can start come and activate. So this way you can work on your startup. Example to say, there are a lot of frameworks available in this universe. Like to say WordPress, do you know that today 70% of every companies in the universe are using WordPress, as it is an open source, which is free. The other part of that WordPress, if you see, there are a lot of companies who are developing a lot of programs, lot of plugins, lot of extension of plugins, lot of theme designs. That has created a new market, new business. So focus on something startup should be like contributing on open source or should be contributing or extension of existing open source projects, because this will welcome you to reach the existing customers. Instead of finding new customers, existing customers will reach you. So this one I can clearly suggest. And if you do this, I guess there's a luck behind it.
Thank you, Prasad. Uh, yes, any other query? Okay. Yeah, Prasad. So I have one more question. Things like here, you already associate with health organization something, right? Some you associate with NGO. Some you
Yes,
mentioned like you are associate with NGOs kind of things like. So as a learner, like I'm talking with respect to students' point of view, as a learner, if I want to associate with any kind of like the way how I started as a beginner level of initial stage of project things, I can develop my real-time
yes,
projects to contribute to that NGOs or any other things, any other organization, not only for NGO. So I need some platform. If I implement something
hmm,
like, say, for example, I want to do an aerospace project, I won't get any aero domain. So, but I need some platform to
absolutely.
implement like this kind of any platform kind of setup or anything. It's like it's available, or we have to focus on any NGO kind of things. Coding part we are clear with this how to contribute things for open platform. I'm saying like
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, I can suggest one good thing, to say that you found some idea
Hmm.
and you find this idea can actually work out, and you find this idea is going to solve a lot of problems,
Mhm.
and this idea is going to be a very good solution to contribute. And
Oh,
you're thinking you wanted to contribute, this idea has one of the best solution, and now you have to take this idea to a known NGO and
hmm.
say that, hey, I wanted to do with your NGO, your particular NGO for this particular thing,
Okay,
and contributing this idea with them, and
okay.
become a part or become a director of that particular NGO and start focusing on that particular things. So what happens
Hmm.
is most of NGOs are not technically strong in India. I mean to say 90% of NGOs still need a lot of
Okay,
technical people to help them, because
okay.
most of them have the street knowledge but not the tech knowledge. So everything happens is in the street knowledge. But when you start contributing tech knowledge to convert street knowledge, you save a lot of time. Not just the time, you're saving a lot of money. So it's like
Okay.
you need to go and you need to get into that. And one more question, they can come back. How can I find
Yeah.
NGO? So that's
Yes.
other
Yes.
thing. So you have called a website, which is a government website called Darpan NGO, NGO Darpan. If you Google this NGO Darpan, you will
Okay.
find a directory of NGOs that is registered with the government. And you can particularly focus, are you wanting to contribute in health sector, are you wanting to contribute in agriculture sector or skill development sector, whatever you want, you will find over there, and start talking to those NGOs with your ideas because they're already existing. So your
Okay.
contribution can help a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving to just Sun will ask some questions like, yeah, please look at that. Do you have plan to work doing online business, and what are the skills we will have to know do the same?
If you want to do online business, your skills should be zero. If that's the question, because today there are giants available like Amazon, Flipkart. So many companies are already available if it is a product. Okay. And second thing, if you think that I have some program with me, I have done one small plugin. How can I get a business for this particular program, plugin, or anything? For that particular, I can say there is a huge market already in this internet. There are like third-party sales like Envato. The reason why I mean to say first you prefer going into third-party site. The reason is it's about a security of your payments. Example to say, hey, I'm very good in fixing the problems. Then I'm just looking for a project. And what you can do is one business they can start is like contributing, saying that, hey, this is how you need to fix. If you can't fix, reach us, so I can help you fixing it. So this way they can contribute. And second way, there are a lot of freelancing sites available to showcase your skill set. And they, if you start putting your skills, saying, "Hey, I can contribute this. This is my skills," and for this you can start getting paid. And there is one more way. Like I have developed this small project, and I wanted to sell this project online. So what happens is there are hundreds of sites available like Envato.
Mhm.
So if they are putting their codes over there, they get their code rights. They have the high secured codes, and other part people will start commenting you. This is what we want extension. This is what you can you help us to develop this particular. Can you help us to install this program? Can you help us
Okay,
to fix this problem? We're finding some
I guess it's disconnected things. I'll be back.
banking sector. Today I have almost to say 5,000 people has downloaded it. In this 5,000 people, we still have so many people reaching us for further developments, existing clients. So this way they can start contributing.
Okay,
When you are having so many people coming back, then think about your investments. Going as your own website, putting your profile on your own website, then you can go ahead. But if it is a product, always go for Amazon or Flipkart if it is an electronic products, and start finding your customers online. There are so many companies who can help you for lead generations. So these are already available. So
okay.
you can focus on your habit, and the rest people they are available who can help you for that. Yes.
So yeah, quickly we'll move to next questions. Logit Kumar asks, how to join a Cisco company? Do we need to experience? If yes, how many years? Is
So
interested in
basically,
networking? Yeah.
to say yeah, Cisco is basically focusing on networking projects, and basically they have so many requirements at present. To say like there are how to make use of the products installation. It's easy to get a job in Cisco because they're welcoming so many people in this pandemic year. Because a lot of people are starting to use online as a platform, but a lot of people are still lacking how to install this. So for support part, they are welcoming not just Cisco, WebEx, Cisco, and GoToMeet. All the companies, even Zoom is inviting it. So there are so many jobs available. But
Okay,
as a
okay. Thank you,
developer
Prasad.
or as a programmer, if you go, then it's a different role. It's all with an experience and requirements they have.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, Anand is asking for application development. Which language is currently used most?
Today this is one of the most important thing where everything is getting changed today. We had iOS development, we had Android development, then later we had one unique
Okay.
hybrid development.
Mhm.
Today we have something the most important called progressive web app.
Okay.
So how many of you heard of it? This is one of a new technology. So this has got a most advantage. Like once you have developed this, the client side, they don't need to download, go to their Play Store or App Store to download and update. They doesn't need it automatically updated, just like Facebook or any of the strong leading apps. And that can also work in other part today, like a lot of banking apps and a lot of apps like PhonePay. If you go inside, you can see there are existing hundreds of apps inside the PhonePay app. So you can make order, you can book Uber, all these things. So these are all nothing but a progressive web app. So where this app helps you to link inside other apps. So this can actually help you to reduce time and to reduce the installation of apps into your mobile phones. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move to next question from Balaji Jagan. So how to choose project domain?
So this is one of the important questions where a lot of people are having this question. So unless you see what is more interesting to you, it's again that makes the first answer to make you choose. But has the trend has changing on, like programming has changed to the levels, like automation changed to robotics, changed to IoT, has changed to VR, has changed. Now we have something called digital transformation. So that product domain is something more interesting today, and every or exploring the digital transformation. So it's a mix of every technology in it. So that I can say. So that's one of the things that they can start going ahead.
Yeah. So next question from Sandeep. So what's the basic language that students should have if new to coding?
So
Sandeep
the
is
simple answer is
yeah,
self-understanding.
yeah. So,
Self-understanding.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
self-understanding to understand how I can. Okay, this is how this works. This is how it leads. This is how it is actually working. This is how the flow is. So if they have the self-understanding, then
Okay.
then it becomes easy for their coding. Understand the syntax, understand why the syntax is,
Mhm.
understand what are the purpose of the syntax. If I have the syntax, what are things I can go and play? It's like I have 26 letters of alphabets, but I know all the alphabets. I can create any word I want. So it's all about
Okay.
self-understanding.
Are you clear, Sandeep? Self-understand like the same, like we should know what the definition, then syntax, why we are using that, followed by examples. This is the way to improve. Guys, do you have any query from Prasad? So those who are watching this video, if you have any query, you can post your query in that comment section. Prasad will help you and he can assist you for your questions. Okay. From Balaji Chicken Insta. Any final suggestion from your end, Prasad, to the students community?
Yeah. See, there is so many things like today we see with an experience of client and we see with what the globe is changing with the technology and the new way. Because as a programmer, the most important thing they should always think is like everyone are good in technology of theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge. But how can you contribute using the both of your things? How can you contribute connecting to the real time? So when we say real time, it's about playing with emotion. So how can you play with an emotion using a technology? So when I say emotion, like how can you help people to shorten their time? How can you make people to use how to use this easy way? Like I have developed an application, and for a very first time a person is logging in, he doesn't know where is what. So helping him by just giving a tips like this is step one, this is step two, this is step three. So next level of this thing. This we say that a self learning process for a person to use a software. And second thing, there are a lot of companies who has got a very good product, but still they're not able to reach the right client. So that sort of time, what happens is the new concept has come out, like using the technology with the marketing that we call as growth marketing, growth hacking. So growth hacking is like hacking the technology and using your marketing skill. Like to say, in a website, I have got subscribe us. None will subscribe you, right? If you have, you can say that, hey, this is my product, and these are the products that I have. And if you just end up saying subscribers, none will subscribe. So if that particular place, if you say a technology and a marketing guy can play a big, very big role, like to say 10 tips that people never find of using a product. So if you say something like this, people are more interested to know what is the 10 tips. So it's about like you changing this particular sentence with your technology. What happens is if 100 people are checking your website, at least 60 people will sign up you saying, what are you talking about? So this way you can start educating your customers. This way you can start educating them what is the purpose. This way you can say how you can save your time, your money, how you can find your life easy. It's simple to say. So this way there are so many things available. And again, today to market we see there's going to be like competition between a traditional marketing and digital marketing. This is again a biggest space, and using technology and creating that as an automation for your digital transformation is again going to be the huge change that they can bring out. Because introducing software, there are hundreds ideas, but means improving the technology becomes the most challenging and important part.
Okay.
So people can start contributing and improving the technology.
Fine.
So a lot of people coming to website. So how you improve it?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just last two questions from Logit Kumar. So to develop Android app, which language is used? And as a beginner, which language should I start, sir?
So basically start with basic language like in Java. So understanding in Java. Then you can, if you're okay and good with this particular, you can start contributing in it. But Android development today has got various ways of using a language. Even HTML can make you a simple Android app, and there are a lot of other languages that you can contribute today. Like there are a lot of converters that are available. If you're good in Python, how can you use it? It's all about like if you just learn how to use APIs, then it becomes easy no matter what language you are choosing.
Okay. Thank you,
So
Prasad.
all the things works with an API.
Okay. Okay. So last question from Karnan. So which programming language is easy to use in project that I choose?
So it's
I
again a
guess
simple
that is
answer. It's again I said it's a simple thing. It's like a
simple.
self-interest. It's a self-learning.
Self.
So if you're good in programming, then go for programming. If you're good in designing, then go for designing technologies or whatever. What makes you more interest and what makes
Okay.
you easy to understand.
Okay. Thank you. Karan, are you clear what you mentioned? You got answer from Prasad? Fine. Okay. Okay. So those who are watching, you can post your comment from this comment section. Okay. So Prasad will help you to answer your query. Fine. Thank you so much, Prasad, for your valuable time. You're spending time with us and you're sharing your knowledge, your experience, and guidance for the students and students community. Because everyone, like students' mind will be like getting placed to join some MNC. This is that mentality thing.
Yeah, I
So
can say one
start.
more
Yeah.
important thing. Like people will say, like, "Hey, how can I get a job?" That's
Yeah.
a basic question I get everywhere I go. What I can say is there is one small suggestion I can give. When you go for a fresher interview, already if you are going for a monster website or a Times Job website, there are already they post you the requirement. They're very clear. Like this is what I'm looking on. This is what I exactly need. So instead of reading the complete book overnight, it's better to prepare on what is the need. So are they looking for a leadership quality? Or they're looking for a support help? Or they're looking for what particular role they're looking? If you prepare on that particular role, it's easy to get a job. Because industries are very clear, like this is what I'm looking on. I'm not looking for everything that you want to be prepared on. So anyhow, if you are getting placed again, you will be trained in particular domain, what exactly they need it. So that's a place where you can increase your knowledge and everything. But it's okay, like because everyone are good in theory and practical. But when it comes for an interview, everyone finds it difficult. How can I get this particular job? So to get that job, so it's better you prefer to understand the roles, what exactly they're describing. That has to
Oh,
be the very first priority they have to give. So that
yeah,
makes it
fine.
easy for them to get a job.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your valuable tips. Fine. So thank you so much. Thank you guys to joining. Thank you, Prasad. So we go for KROSUM Labs.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks to all. Thank you, Prasad. So we'll keep in touch with you if you have any query related to future meetings. Thank you so much.
Yes, you people are always welcome. So if you find any questions or anything, you can reach me through Karthikeyan with your queries. So I can help with my experience and resources and the knowledge I have. So thank you very much for everyone. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks to all. Bye.
yes. Bye then.